Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes presiding. During the Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, and Happy New Year to everyone. If I have not seen you, I don't think I have. Happy New Year. And so I'm ready to start the docket. Thank you for your patience on this morning. Attorney Griffin, if you could place your appearance on the record. I sent Attorney Lamb to a breakout room with our first case, Cooper King, that appears first on the docket, just to make good use of our time. And so when he comes back, I'll have him put his appearance on the record. You may proceed, Attorney Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor, and good morning to you and your court staff. Herman Griffin, P77169.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. And then I thought I saw Mr. Lamb. If you could state your appearance for the record, please.
Certainly. Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Lamb, P79816, appearing on behalf of the treatment court.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lamb. And are we ready on Miss Cooper King?
We are, Your Honor. But if I wonder, though, is it possible to resolve this matter today completely, or is it your intent to set the matter for a pretrial?
I don't have the ROA. It was just sent to me. I'm gonna look at it and see what's going on.
Because if given the opportunity to speak to the people, Your Honor, I would like that to see if, again, we can resolve this matter. But if the court is inclined
I'd like to get it resolved, because I think the fewer times that people have to come to court, the better off they are. That's just my opinion. And so I know that Ms. Rogers is assigned to us today, Prosecutors Rogers. And so this is for a Group D card. Do you want to reach out to Ms. Rogers, see if you can get a resolution? And
I would like to.
We can go forward.
Please. I don't really know how to reach out to Ms. Rogers. I don't have her contact information on hand.
Mr. Lamb, I can get that to you right away.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Branch. All right. And then when you're ready on Miss Cooper King, please let me know, because she was our first person that dialed in on this morning. All right. And so Miss Cooper King, thank you for your patience. I'm going to mute you until we're ready, okay? All right. Thank you. Okay, I am ready on Mr. Blarick. Mr. Blarick, if you could unmute, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
To you. Good morning.
Good, how are you?
You doing well?
I'm doing very well.
Very good. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
All right. How are things going for you?
Everything's going really smooth. Work's been working out very well since I got my manager position.
I heard. Congratulations.
Thank you. School's been going a little slow because the Zoom stuff is hard to get, like, with the teacher when you have questions.
Yes.
So that's not going as quick as I'd like. But I've also been working on some community service, as well as that should be done by the end of this month, as well as the highway safety class. And then I had already completed the ARM program last month, I believe it was.
Yes. But we haven't talked about it, have we?
I do not think we have.
We have not. And before we do that, I failed to put your case number on the record. Let me do that first, Mr. Blarick. Okay. It is case number 200-440-8801. And Mr. Blarick, do you agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom on today?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. And so before I hear about ARMS, I do want to know, how did you bring in the new year?
Just me, my sister, my mom, kind of hung out, which was nice to have something small and just all play some games and stuff. So
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
All right, very good, very good. No issues during the holidays. I know we went on a semi-shutdown, but you were able to get through it?
Yeah, that was one thing I was talking to Mr. Lorenz about a couple weeks ago too, is I had a friend pass away and then an uncle pass away, and my friend was of an overdose. And that entire time, I didn't feel the need to have to go pick anything up, which is actually a great feeling, because it's showing me that everything that I'm doing is working with your guys' assistance, my therapist, psychiatrist, all that is working, which is awesome. Like I don't think I ever would have saw myself making this much progress in just the maybe 5 months, I think it is.
Yeah, it
6
hasn't
maybe.
been long, maybe 6.
Mm,
And you're doing exceptionally well, Mr. Blerick. We staffed your case today in our staffing meeting, and Mr. Lorenz had only great things to say about you.
mm,
I am so sorry to hear about your uncle. I'm also especially sorry to hear about your friend passing from an overdose. And so, but I do want to tell you that I am so proud of the fact that you did not go and pick up, that
thank
you
you.
didn't respond to death in a way that some people respond to death. And
Mm,
so I hope that while you're going to your outpatient treatment, that you'll talk about it, that you'll explore those feelings that you're having, because they are all valid, irrespective of how a person leaves here or how old they are or what have you. When we love somebody, we just love them and we care about them, right? And
right.
their absence is certainly an adjustment for us. And so I want you to explore those feelings. I definitely want you to do that. And so I'm glad that you've been able to maintain and do everything that you're supposed to do. I was also happy to hear that you went to ARMS in
Mm.
December. Tell me a little bit about that. What did you think of ARMS?
That was
Your Honor, I'm
definitely.
sorry for the interruption, but I just wanted to bring it to the court's attention that Ms. Cooper is still present.
I'm sorry. Are you? Oh, I just saw the note. Okay. You need to go to a breakout room with Miss Cooper.
I don't necessarily need to go to a breakout room, but I thought that she might be better situated I guess, in a waiting room herself.
No, this is open court though.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
apologies. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Okay.
Okay. There was a lot of things that kind of clicked to me while I was there. One of which, just hearing different stories, and they had some speakers that, you could kind of relate to in your own way. And one of the things that stood out to me the most while I was there was actually probably when we were talking about different types of ways that like people throw the blame around in other ways. That's what I realized I did a lot is, well, if this situation didn't happen, I wouldn't have done that. And, I threw my own personal blame at someone else or at a situation that doesn't control me. The way I responded to it was what needed to change. So that was what I really got out of that the most, or the most important thing, I should say. As well as, some other ways that we can like meditate when we feel like we have an urge or something that we need to just calm down, get back in the moment. That was very helpful. And overall, the program was not a bad program at all. Like it wasn't one of those ones where you just kind of sit there and you do it to do it. I enjoyed doing the activities that we did. And I actually got things out of it, which is awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Very good, Mr. Blerick. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad that it was a good experience. Did they treat you well at the
Yes.
program?
Yes.
Very good.
The food the one day I could say I
I'm
almost
sorry.
didn't get any. One day the food I almost didn't get any for lunch, but other than that, it was great.
Okay, so they did feed you though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Is there anything, Mr. Blerick, that you need us to help you with? You are doing exceptionally well.
Thank you. There is one little thing I need to mention.
Okay.
It's kind of a little hiccup. This Monday, I had a therapy appointment and my narcolepsy had started acting up and I fell asleep and missed it. But I'm working to get that rescheduled for this week. Hopefully by Friday. That's when I'm hoping to have the appointment. I've already contacted them. I'm just waiting on a call back. I was going to tell Miss Lorenz yesterday, but I wanted to see if they called me first. And by the time they closed and didn't call, he was already done with work. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, but I am working to resolve that actively.
All right, very good. And so thank you for sharing that, taking responsibility, right? Okay, and so thank you for taking responsibility. I appreciate that and letting us know. And so I'm certain that Mr. Lorenz will work to get you, or it sounds like you're already working. So you'll just let Mr. Lorenz know how you get back on track, and,
Right.
and Mr. Lorenz will keep us posted. But thank you for sharing that with, okay? All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lorenz, is there anything you'd like to add? Okay, y'all, for my staff, I don't multitask well, so I'm gonna have to stop and read these messages before I be sending everybody to a breakout room. Let me hear from Mr. Lorenz.
Your Honor, I would just like to, just like I said in staffing, he's doing very well. I would like to commend him for being able to not only get a job and maintain his status, but he also got promoted to assistant manager and still maintaining his requirements of the court. So I commend you for it.
He is.
Even with the missed test, I would ask that the court not alter anything, as he has been a very upstanding client so far, and this has been one of his first hiccups. So I just ask that we don't change anything and he keeps moving forward with the program. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Anything else from any other member of the team as to Mr. Blarick? All right,
No,
if
Your Honor.
not,
Just Mr. Blair, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
all right. If not, Matt, when do you have Mr. Lorenz? I'm sorry. When do you have Mr. Blarick coming back?
Your Honor,
for his review?
he's in phase 2, so I have I believe we have to have him come back in 3 weeks, which would be February 3rd at 9:30.
All right, very good. February 3rd it is at 9:30 a.m. Anything else? If nothing else, Mr. Blarick, continue to do a great job.
Thank you.
All right, and good to see you today.
Good to see you as well.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Okay, I am ready on, let's see, let's do Miss Clinton. Miss Clinton, if you could unmute, please. And while you're unmuting, there's someone who joined us on the phone, Jill. You were in the session earlier. I'm not certain that you should be in my courtroom, and I want to make sure that I get you to the right place. Sir, can you tell me your name again?
Hi, my name's Robert Wilson. I'm here before your court for I have a warrant, an old warrant from 2010 for DUI. And I'm currently in a inpatient program right now for alcohol use. I was placed on probation.
Hold on, sir, 1 second.
Yeah.
Do you have a case number?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay, Ms. Drew?
Ma'am?
All
I
right,
have
he's gonna
it,
give that.
Yes,
Are you
I
ready
have
for
the
the note?
information.
Ms. Drew,
Yes,
you already have the information?
Yes, and I spoke with Samaj, and he wants to know, is it okay if he can Zoom on tomorrow morning?
All right, very good. And
Yes.
so your last name is Woodson, sir?
Wilson.
Wilson.
Wilson. All right, Mr. Wilson, I'm going to, because today is a different specialty court docket. And actually, Ms. Drew, he would have to Zoom
Yes.
on Friday.
Okay, I'll forward this to Samaj also, yes.
All right, very good. And so I'm going to adjourn your matter to this
Okay.
Friday, okay? Which is
Okay.
the 15th of January. And
Okay.
you would come on at 8:30 a.m., okay?
Yep.
All
Thank
right,
you.
make sure you show up because you're in warrant status and you want to get that cleared up.
Yes, I got one question. Am I going to be using the same ID number?
Yes, sir. You
Okay.
definitely will be.
Thank you.
Okay, wait 1 second, Mr. Wilson. Ms. Drew, did you need contact
Yes.
information for Mr. Wilson? Because
actually have,
maybe Mr. Morgan can reach out to him on tomorrow.
yes.
All right. And so, Mr. Wilson, I need you to take down this number, call the office, and give Ms. Drew your contact information because we're streaming live. All right.
Okay.
The
Okay, thank
office
you.
number is 313-965-2280.
Okay, so I called them.
Call them
Yeah.
right now, but I'm going to see you on Friday, okay? Thank you for your
Thank you.
patience.
Oh, thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, I am ready for you, Miss Clinton. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
State your name for the record.
Amanda Clinton.
Miss Clinton, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, that's fine.
Wonderful. All right, Miss Clinton, I have case number 1904526301. Happy New Year to you, Miss Clinton.
Happy New Year to you, Judge.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm wonderful. And I want to apologize about the last time I seen you. I was all upset. I got you upset. So I am totally apologizing for that. I was totally out of line. It's been bothering me ever since. So how long ago was that? November?
It's been a while, yes. And so, Miss Clinton, let me tell you why I had to think about it. Did Miss Clinton upset me? I had to think about it because you look absolutely wonderful today. You look like a healthier Amanda Clinton. You don't look anything like the person I saw in November who was talking over me, crying, telling me what she wasn't going to do, and all of those things. It was worth it because look at you now. You look
Thank you.
amazing.
I've
How
gained
did
some
you
weight
feel?
though.
I'm sorry.
Said I've gained some weight though. You know what I mean?
That's what we do in specialty court. We gain weight. We put down stuff we shouldn't be picking up, and we pick up food, and then we have to learn how to monitor it, right? We'll worry
Exactly.
about that later. We'll worry about it later. You look great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, to be honest. I appreciate the court because without that, I don't think I would have done it without you guys. So I'm doing awesome. I feel good. I wake up every morning blessed. I'm glad to be awake and sober. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I am. I'm feeling the glow.
All right. Tell me what you're doing different day to day to stay on this path. What are you doing, Miss Clinton?
What I do, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I go straighten my hair and make my
Okay, Mr. Smith, I'm going to mute you, please. We're in court. All right, Miss Clinton, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I do my hair, I drink my coffee. Group don't start till 9, but I'm up 3 hours before, all ready to go. And then I do groups from 9 to 2:30 every day, and they're all about recovery and relapse, and so we learn a lot. Like I said, that's Monday through Friday, and then you got the weekends. Well, I always end up making up a Saturday because I do something. I go to Team Wellness for another group for the Suboxone treatment, so I have to do a group. So I always have to make up Saturdays, but it's not a big deal, no problem.
Okay. All right.
So Sunday's my break to work on my little homework and stuff, and give some time. If I want to sleep, I can sleep.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
How's the family doing, Miss Clinton?
The family's doing good. My dad went into the hospital a couple weeks ago, but he's home. He's dealing with his high blood pressure, his low blood pressure. Yeah, because I told you, remember, he had a heart attack in May. Right. But he's doing good now. Like my mom and him are on this, so.
All right, very good. We had an opportunity to staff your case on this morning, and we had Miss Gwendolyn on this morning and Miss Bennett, and they've reported that you are doing well. You are doing quite well. You're following the mandates of the program. Also, we know that you're going to be working with Miss Bennett. She's the new person for MAT purposes, for medically assisted treatment purposes. And so I'm just glad to hear that you are on track and you're working the program. What do you need us to help you with, Ms. Clinton?
I don't need help with anything right now. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'm a little upset about the drops at Jams because I'm really not using Judge. I've never picked
I
up.
know, but you
Oh,
know it's a part of the program, right?
right,
Okay.
right.
And that's the only way that we'll be able to make sure that if there's something going on, that we catch it early so we can get you back on track. It's
Right. But
required.
I'm letting you know we don't have nothing to worry about.
Right. And this morning I wrote down in my notes, Mr. Lorenz, I'm gonna have you chime in because I stopped writing in the middle of it. I'm not certain why, but you were waiting on a confirmation from JAMS but you're switching her to ATS. Is that correct?
Your Honor, that's partially correct. We talked about with Miss Wendland, because of transportation issues, because she's out in Plymouth, we were talking about recommending her do her 2 tests a week at the lighthouse, while we, in the interim, while we try to locate another place that is close to her.
All right. So did you hear that, Miss Clinton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you'll test two times per week at Miss Gwendolyn's facility. Okay.
Yes.
And then we'll work out where you'll do your third party testing. Okay.
But I can go ahead and drop for Jams today because I'm on the list to drop. So I can
Okay.
still go drop for Jams.
Go drop for today, and then let's get on track with personalized nursing lighthouse. Okay.
Okay.
Your
Is
Honor,
that-
oops, sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to ask you, Mr. Lorenz, does that work?
I actually just canceled it yesterday after the direction of Mr. Wade that I canceled it yesterday.
Then she's not dropping today.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just didn't want to get her off her schedule, so that's fine.
What I can do is I will contact Miss Wendland today and make sure she get on the schedule to have a second test this week done at the lighthouse.
Okay.
Okay. How does that sound?
That sounds wonderful.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Lorenz, what else do you want to let us know about Miss Clinton?
Your Honor, she's just doing very well, and especially given the circumstances of her clinician changing, her MAT provider changing, now we're changing her testing location. So overall, she's handling very well, and I just commend her for doing very well. And, you know, I said it in staffing, if this screen comes back as a false positive, then I will be recommending her for phase 2.
All right. Very good. Okay. If nothing, anything else from any of the other team members? All right. If nothing else, Mr. Lorenz, when do you have Miss Clinton coming back to see me?
I have Miss Clinton coming back January 27th at 9:30.
All right. Very good. All right, Miss Clinton, if nothing else, continue to do well. So good to see you. Keep up the great work, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Take care.
All right. Good morning, Attorney Bradley Baskin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good to
All
see you.
right.
Happy
Good
New
to
Year.
see you. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go? I think, Mr. Griffin, you asked to go into a breakout room with
Correct.
Mr. Jones's attorney. Would you like to do that at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and then when you all return, I'll be ready to take care of his matter.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Not much this up. You will get an invitation to breakout room number 3. All right. Okay, we will keep going. I am ready on Mr. Lamb with us. There, Mr. Lamb. Okay, I was passing up a couple of things until the attorneys were on. All right, I'll go to Mr. Lamb. Do you have anything on Cooper King yet?
Not as of yet, Your Honor. My understanding is that Attorney Morgan is going to be making his way to the courtroom and is going to be writing up an offer concerning Ms. Cooper's matter.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Keep me posted.
Will do.
With that, I'll go on to Ms. Brown. Taithia Brown, good morning.
Good
Ms.
morning.
Brown, How are you?
Today I'm a little under the weather, but I'm doing okay.
You under the weather, or are you just a little under the weather?
I'm under the weather.
Okay. All right. I want you to take good care of yourself, Miss Brown. I
I'm
need you
trying.
to.
I'm trying. I am.
All right. You're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing today by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following for Taitha Brown, case number 1905562-501. Miss Brown, Miss Brown, Miss Brown, we staffed your case on this morning. What did they tell me about you this morning, Miss Brown?
They told you that I've been testing negative. They told me I need to keep up with my AAs. They told you that I missed a test. They told you that I still haven't done the arms program or the other two classes. But I'm still kind of okay.
You still kind of okay. Okay. What does that mean? You kind of okay. Some
I
things
ain't
you need
dropping
to
no
tighten up.
dirties.
You're not. You're
Not
not.
dropping no dirties.
And I'm very proud of you. You know I am, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am. Okay. Mr. Lorenz did reach out to me to tell me that you had some bus issues, but now you know the things that we
Yes, I know, ma'am.
must do. We must make them happen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so he did tell me about that. And so I had you do the assignment. You've already given her the assignment. Is that correct, Mr. Lorenz?
Yes,
All
Your Honor.
right. Did you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell me what you've learned. Tell me about, go ahead, read your paper.
Okay.
Or you can summarize it. You don't have to read it. You can summarize.
Okay. I learned that time management is very important. I learned that being on time makes it easier for everybody, all parties, and not wasting other people's time, as well as making sure that I'm on time and that it can help me better off in the end because it'll help me, you know, be on schedule and keep myself motivated to do better. Um, sorry, my head is banging. um, and if I don't follow through with time management, it could put me off and behind on what I need to be scheduled on.
And it can cause some consequences, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you going to do differently to make sure that you get to your testing on time?
Well, I put down that I would make sure that even if I have to take my daughter with me, then that's what's going to have to happen because I try not to take her there due to COVID and I don't want her on the buses. But I'm going to have to just make sure she's bundled up and take safety precautions and take her with me.
Okay. All right. And some early planning, right? Because we
Yes,
know
ma'am.
buses can be unpredictable. I mean, in these days,
And
everything is unpredictable.
full, I'm sorry to cut you up. If they're full, they'll pass you right up.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got to do some planning ahead, right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
probably should have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. The day my color drops, my plan A is to catch the bus. If the bus passes me up, here's my plan B. I'm going to call my cousin, my neighbor. I'm going to get a lift. I'm going to do whatever I need to do. And if I can't do that, then here's my plan C. That way, you don't ever have to worry about missing a test because you can't miss tests in the program, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, very good, very good. Other than that, Mr. Lorenz indicated that you are doing very well. Did you watch that sobriety video?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Tell me about it. What'd you learn from that sobriety video?
That anything could happen in the click of a second, and it don't matter how much you drink. And you can ruin lives, not only just yours, but others, and ruin their family lives. You can kill somebody. You can get taken away from your children. There's many things to that. And it really doesn't matter how much you drink. You could just say it was only a couple beers, but one quick second of even just texting your phone or anything, you can damage, major
Yeah,
damage. And it was actually
absolutely.
really, really sad. I was horrified how the poor girl had to look for the rest of her life.
Tell us about that for somebody who may not have seen the video.
Her burns were so severe. She was a very beautiful woman, young lady, and her burns were so severe that she was basically mutated. Like it broke my heart that she has to live like that. And the way her dad and everybody, the pictures of her dad holding her, cradling her like a baby, it broke me. I ain't gonna lie.
That was from somebody making a decision to drink,
And
and
drive.
then they made the decision to get behind the wheel of a car, and they changed somebody else's life forever, right?
Yep. And he also killed people.
Yeah.
She was, I think, one of 2 survivors or the only survivor. I'm not quite sure, but her story alone was enough for me to no.
Yeah. So when you make a decision to drink and drive, you don't just make a decision for yourself, you make a decision for everybody that you may encounter. And
Yes,
so I used to ask the question, how does a drunk driver know when they're drunk? How does a person who's had too much know that they've had too much, right?
And you're seeing doubles. You should just want, if you're gonna go out and drink, you should want to take a lift.
Make other arrangements. That's the easy answer. Just make other arrangements before you start drinking. Make other arrangements, right? Don't guess.
Keep the car parked. Keep the car parked at home. Take a cab.
Absolutely.
Take the bus.
There you go. Even if it pass you up, wait for the next one, right?
Wait for the next one.
There you go. All right, Ms. Brown, you are doing so well. What do you need us to help you with?
Nothing much. I am having a little bit of a rough time right now, so I did want to put that out there on the record. But I don't know if Mr. Lawrence told you about my job. I currently pretty much lost it due to not having a vehicle. They said I was unreliable and told me I could only work the weekends, which that didn't make any sense to me.
Mr. Morgan, don't go anywhere. I'm calling your case next. Unless you're just leaving the plea. I'm sorry, go ahead.
1 second, baby, okay?
So you lost your job?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm currently waiting on my background check to come back for going back to Amazon. That's what I'm trying to do now.
All right.
I'm financially, I'm having some issues.
All right. And so make sure that before you make decisions about what you're going to do to stay in compliance, that you have conversation with Mr. Lorenz, okay?
Yes,
because you still have to make sure you're meeting the requirements of the program, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so make sure you have those conversations with him.
Yes,
Anything else that we need to know or that you need us to help you with, Ms. Brown?
No, not as far as now, no. I just know I gotta come up with this money for these for these classes. That's it.
Okay,
Try to get on that.
What classes? Oh,
arms and there's 2 more. I know that they both $25.
Marijuana Insight Program and the Alcohol Highway Safety, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, very good. I didn't know if she was talking about something else outside of the program.
Oh,
okay.
no.
All right, very good. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad I didn't have to hold up my sign this morning. I thought I was, so I dug it out. It's here. I'm just gonna show you the tip of it. It's here. And so I'm just glad I didn't have to show it to you this morning because you know I will. All right. All right, Mr. Lorenz. Anything else on Ms. Brown?
I apologize, Your Honor, that I didn't tell you about the loss of job employment, but she is working in regards to that. She already sent me a letter saying they're in the background stages of it. So she's crossing her fingers that she gets the job. And I also told her to make sure she stays in touch with me about the bus. Right now, the bus is free, but for any reason, if they start charging again, let me know if there is a financial issue and we can try to get her some bus tickets.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. If nothing else from any of the other members of the team, Mr. Lorenz, when do you have Ms. Brown coming back?
I have her coming back January 27th at 9:30, Your Honor. All right, correction. She's in phase 2, February 3rd at 9:30. I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay, no issue. All right, so you'll be back on the 3rd. Miss Brown, if nothing else, keep up the great work that you are doing. So proud of you. We'll see you at 9:30 on that day, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Okay, Mr. Morgan, are we ready on? Now I miss Miss Cooper King.
Yes, Your Honor, made an offer, and
And
are we
Mr.
on the
Lamb
record
is,
now?
yeah, Mr. Lamb has it. I'll call the case now if we're ready.
Okay.
Okay,
But I haven't spoken, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I haven't spoken to the attorney, but I've made an offer just now. I just came down here to make an offer.
all right. And so, Mr. Lamb, how do you want to proceed?
I'm okay with putting the offer on the record. What's the offer, Mr. Morgan?
The offer is a 12-month delay.
12
Plead
months
guilty,
delay.
12-month delay. That's, Mr. Lamb, that's a standard offer. It's under our policy at the law department. And if you want something different, we might take some different action. We can talk offline if you would like. That's up to you.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Morgan. So I guess now I need to explain to Ms. Cooper what a delayed sentence is and what exactly that means. Might be appropriate for us to go into a breakout room at this time.
All right, very good. I will send Mr. Lamb and Miss, no, I don't want to join. Oh, Mr. Lamb, hold on. Well, I have a room already going. Oh, here we go. Now I see how to do it. Okay. So you all will be going to breakout room number 5, Mr. Lamb and Miss Cooper King.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mine says number 4, Judge Holmes. Should I enter into that?
Number 4. No, it should be number 4.
Okay.
And then Mr. Morgan, Attorney Morgan, did you need to go in that breakout room for a second?
No, it's just, if Mr. Lamb wants me, I'll go up and get on the computer and go in there. You just let me know. Madam Clerk, she probably can let me know as well. If you want me to go to the breakout room, it's up to Mr. Lamb.
Mr. Lamb?
I would like to speak to Mr. Morgan concerning this matter.
All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna
I'll go
send the courtroom. I'm gonna send the courtroom to breakout room number 4.
Okay,
No,
I'll stay
I better
here.
not do that. Nope, Miss Drew, don't let me. I'm messing some stuff up.
Yeah.
You'll have to zoom in.
I'll go zoom in. I'll go to my computer and zoom in.
All right,
And then
very
you
good.
can send you there. You can send me there, right, Your Honor? When I go
Yes.
upstairs.
Yes, come on and
Okay,
zoom
thank
in
you.
and I'll send you. Mr. Lamb, are you
thank
going to breakout room number 4?
I am.
Okay, very good. And I'll send Mr. Attorney Morgan as soon as he gets on.
Yeah. You need this?
All right, very good. Okay, I want to keep going. I believe that let's see. I am going to, let's go to Miss Martin. Miss Martin, if you could unmute for me. Okay, so Ms. Martin has a couple of issues that were brought before the court this morning in staffing. I'd like to wait until an attorney is on with us. So Ms. Martin, I'll have to come back to you, okay? Because I want your attorneys to know what the court is instructing you to do, okay? All right, very good. And that leaves me with Mr. Smith, Joshua Smith. Mr. Smith, if you could unmute. Ms. Martin, I'm going to place you back on mute. All right. Good morning, Mr. Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, state your name for the record.
Joshua Smith.
And Mr. Smith, do you agree to have your hearing today in our virtual courtroom?
Yes.
Wonderful. I have the following matters for Joshua Smith. I have case numbers 193736641, case number 2005646901. Happy New Year to you, Mr. Smith.
Happy New Year.
How are you this morning?
Good.
You're doing good? Okay. Tell me, how did it go closing out the old year, bringing in the new year? What did you do?
Stayed home with my kids.
Okay.
Watched
And
movies.
I'm sorry, say that
We
again.
watched movies together. Pretty much had a family night.
Okay. And how did that go?
Went good.
Very good. Very good. We did have an opportunity to staff your case on this morning, and it was reported that you are compliant with the terms and conditions, other than on January 3rd, you missed a test.
Yes, Your Honor. I went and took it in the morning. On January 3rd, I wasn't aware that they weren't open for PM testing at the Detroit location.
Yes, and so Mr. Lorenz did tell me that you took some additional steps to show that you were there, and that you were making every attempt to test. I also believe Mr. Lorenz shared with us that you went and tested on the 4th of January. Is that correct, Mr. Smith?
Yeah, I went first thing in the morning.
All right, and everything was good. So
Yeah.
make sure, if that's the facility that you're going to use, make sure you get acquainted with their hours of operation, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Tell me what's been challenging for you so far, if anything.
Just keeping all these finances in order because I've paid like $3,500 worth of tickets since I started mental health court, and I'm about to be getting my license back here. Like, I got a court date coming up on the 16th, and so I got to try to save up enough money to pay whatever they want, and then I still owe Dearborn, and then once all that's taken care of, I'll be able to get my driver's license back, which is my main goal right now, and then you know, making it twice a week for the drug testing without a driver's license, because none of the facilities are really close to me. And then, you know, but I've been managing.
Okay, very good. And you have been, and that's been a wonderful thing that you are still managing in spite of not having a driver's license. Now, you've said you've paid all of this money. Was this Detroit or out county?
All Wayne County, but it wasn't Detroit. It was different cities all through
Okay.
Wayne County.
All right, because I was going to say, I was looking at your sheet and I didn't see where you owed $3,500 to us, but okay, that's dealing with another court, so I get it. All right, very good. And so, Mr. Smith, tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you, just about yourself, about what's different now that there are no substances involved, you're taking care of all aspects of your health. Tell me something you've learned.
Last year I had 9 months sober, 9 months clean, and I messed that up, and I was just overconfident. And I think, you know, this time around I had to stay more vigilant, because I just kind of learned that this is a lifelong battle. Like, before, I was convinced that if I just stayed on purpose and going straight, you know, that I was just gonna be able to stay clean. And you know, I was just gonna say I was overconfident. This time I'm just gonna be more vigilant, because I know it's coming. This disease is with me for the rest of my life. I don't even like calling it a disease, but I know that this problem is gonna be with me for the rest of my life.
Yes, and for the rest of your life, every day on purpose, you're going to have to make sure that you're doing something to stay on a path of recovery, whether
Yeah.
it's an affirmation, whether it's attending a meeting, whether it's reaching out to someone to encourage you to stay on track. You will have to do something to stay on track. Okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. That's a wonderful thing to have observed. Mr. Lorenz, is there anything that, and I see you, Mr. Morgan, I'm sending you to breakout room number 4. All right. And so, Mr. Lorenz, is there anything else that I need to know or that you'd like to share about Mr. Smith?
Like I said, in staffing, Your Honor, he is doing very well. He's compliant with all aspects of the program. He's paying off warrants. He's making the demands of the testing, except for the one missed. Anytime we ask for something, he's giving it to us. He's giving us a paycheck. He's giving us a lease agreement for verification of address. And so my recommendation, He also has 65 hours of AA meetings, Your Honor. And my recommendation is to promote him to phase 2, as he has met the requirements of the court and the program.
Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. Any objection from any of the team members? If no objection, Mr. Smith, are you ready to go to phase 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Smith on his promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Mr. Smith. I want you to keep up the good work that you're doing. Continue to be vigilant. You're absolutely right. One day at a time. And so, of course, we're going to spread out your visits with the court in phase 2, but understand that we are still available and accessible. You can always reach out to your case manager. You can also always drop into the virtual courtroom if you need anything or you need the court to know about something that's going on. We are still here to serve you. Otherwise, I'm not going to see you again until February 3rd. Is that correct, Mr. Lorenz?
Yes, Your Honor, February 3rd at 9:30.
There you go. All right, Mr. Smith, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, very good. Enjoy the rest of your day and congratulations to you. I'm sorry, anything else from any of the other teammates?
No, Your Honor, just keep up the good work, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, very good. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, I'm ready in the matter of Nathan Jones. And I have several matters on the docket for Mr. Jones. Madam Court Reporter, do I need to call all 100 of them?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I'll call the first one, and then we know that there are 99 others. I'm exaggerating. It's not quite 99. All right. So the first case I have for Nathan Jones is U5630970, and then Mr. Jones has a number of other matters with the court at this time. Please state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Andrea Bradley Baskin here on behalf of Guardian Associates, who's currently serving as guardian for Mr. Nathan Jones.
Thank you, and good morning to you again.
Morning.
All right. Who, Mr. Griffin, you've already placed your appearance on the record, so thank you. Who's
Yes,
gonna
Your
start with respect to Mr. Jones and where we are and where we're going?
Oh, Attorney.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna just say Attorney Bradley.
Okay. All right. I can take the lead, Your Honor. We're still in the process of a mental health competency exam. Looks like those results will be back within a week. So that kind of has been guiding our time frame on recommendation of how to proceed. We don't want to keep the court kind of hanging in the balance on making a determination of whether or not Mr. Jones should be admitted into the mental health program. It's possible that the guardian can stand in his shoes for that purpose. But I do think that for timing purposes, it will be best that he stays where he is, allow the competency exam to come back, and then we proceed with making a determination on admission to the program, bond conditions, and all of the other things that this court needs to square away.
All right, thank you.
And also, Your Honor, what I would say is after talking with Attorney Bradley, I'll be talking with the prosecutor so we can get a recommendation, I guess, prepared. It may possibly change once we receive the competency exam, their recommendation, but I still think it may be prudent to get one now just to see a starting point for negotiations.
All right, very good. Anyone else on behalf of the team? No?
No, Your Honor, I agree with the recommendations from Attorney Bradley Baskin and Attorney Griffin.
All right, very good. So Mr. Jones, he will remain in the Wayne County Jail upon receipt of the competency report, which is going to Ms. Bradley, Attorney Bradley Baskin. Will you get a copy of that as well?
Yes, I do believe so.
All right, wonderful. So if you would reach out when you get that report, because mine may get to me a little bit later.
Sure.
So that we don't just have them sitting out there. and then we can get I'm gonna put a holding date on my calendar so that he doesn't fall through the cracks, at least on the court's end, and then we'll come back and go from there. In the meantime, maybe looking at talking with the prosecutor about offers. I don't know if that's something you'd like to do over these few weeks while we're waiting for that competency report. And so certainly I welcome it just for the sake of time so that when we get that report, we can have an idea of what we're going to do with Mr. Jones that's best for him as well as the community at large.
Certainly.
All right, very good. Ms. Jones, do you think that 3 weeks is enough time, or should I schedule it out for 4 weeks, his next appearance?
I think that let's do 4 weeks just to be safe.
All right, very good. And so 4 weeks would put us on February 10th, is that correct?
Looks to be 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Okay, February 10th, 2021. Of course, we'll staff him at 8:30, and then we'll have him on our docket at 9:30 a.m. Anything else on behalf of Mr. Jones?
That's all, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Griffin, Ms. Branch, Mr. Lorenz, and I'll see you on the 10th, I'm sorry, of February.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
All right. All right, I am ready on, I need to do Miss Martin. I passed Miss Martin up. Miss Martin, if you could unmute for me. Give me 1 second, I just need to make this note. All right, Miss Martin, state your name again for me.
Ebony Martin.
All right, Miss Martin, and you're in our virtual courtroom. You agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I have case number 1904540601. Miss Martin, a happy new year to you again.
Happy New Year.
All right, tell me, what did you do to close out the old year and bring in the new year?
I didn't do nothing. I was asleep.
You were sleeping? All
Yes,
right. That's not a bad thing to do, right? Everybody wish they could sleep out 2020, I think, and hopefully wake up to some new and better things in 2021, right?
Yes.
All right. How has the year been for you so far?
It's been okay. I had surgery on last week, so I'm still dealing with that.
I heard. How are you doing? Are you doing the things you're supposed to do to stay
Yes.
healthy?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Hopefully you're not in a lot of pain, and we can get you into a recovery mode that where you feel better and you're able to move around a lot better. Let's hope for that, right?
Right.
All right, very, very good. And so I had some discussions. We staffed your case this morning, had some discussions with Mr. Lorenz. He's already communicated to you what the court's plan is with respect to the medication that your doctor indicated that you needed because of the type of procedure that you had. And so, and Mr. Lorenz will give you direction on what the court's expectations are, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. And so we also talked about in staffing this morning that you had this test that I wanted to have confirmed. We sent it out to have it confirmed, and we paid for it to be confirmed. And Miss Martin, it was confirmed for THC. That's a problem. Why do you think that's a problem, Miss Martin?
Because it's still showing up in my system, or it was showing up in my system.
Right. At a time when you told us you weren't using.
I haven't been using.
So here's, we talked about a couple of things, and I am going to have some of the other teammates chime in, but I want to share with you. We talked about a couple of things in staffing. First of all, I applaud you. I think that Mr. Lorenz did indicate that you've been back. We suspended your testing for a week. And so understand that even though if you're not testing, if you're utilizing something that has CBD or the THC, it's still going to show up in your testing when you start testing again. So you want to refrain from that. The bigger concern for this court is at the time that you tested positive for THC and your continued denial is that, that's a serious concern for me. I know how to help someone who says to me, look, Judge, I did this, I used it knowingly or unknowingly. I used it, whether it was through a lotion, a cream, I smoked it, I had an edible or whatever. I used it. And so now, Judge, I'm responsible for my choices. Now you put me in a position to be able to really help you, not punish you, but help you. In your particular situation, you denied use and I gave you that. And so I said, we're going to pay for it initially. We're not going to pay for it on the back end. And Mr. Lorenzo will have some conversation with you about that. But I said on the front end, we'll pay for the confirmation because the confirmation will tell us if it's THC. And the confirmation told us it's THC. And you're still maintaining that I'm not using, I'm not doing anything. That's a problem for me, Ms. Martin, because when I mean, it's in your system and you are responsible for everything that's in your system. At that time, when we did the confirmation, when you did the original test and then the confirmation, THC was in your system and you are responsible for everything in your system. And so I want to make sure we're not dealing with a bigger issue, because your denial after a confirmation is problematic. Now, I will tell you that in staffing, Ms. Attorney Lamb did reapproach or asked me to reiterate about the use of these lotions and these oils and all of these things now that they sell everywhere. They sell at Marshall's. I was in a line and saw the lotion with the hemp plant on it or something. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. If somebody's not paying attention, they could actually pick up this lotion as a last minute, I need some lotion, and not realize what they're using. But here's the thing, when you're in problem solving court, you're responsible for reading that bottle. Whether you're gonna eat it, drink it, smell it, whatever. You are responsible for reading and seeing what's in it, because there's a court order that says no THC, no marijuana, none whatsoever. So I want to reiterate that to you because I did indicate to Attorney Lamb that I would. I also indicated to the team this morning that the next time you test positive for THC, that it's not going to be, I'm not going to respond the way I'm responding today, because that means I need to do something different to get your attention. And I have a couple of things in my bag that I'm going to do to get your attention. And so today is the last time that I'm going to warn about it, talk about it, even entertain that, well, no, I didn't do it. This is the last time. The next time you test positive, there are going to be consequences. And it won't be a verbal, and it won't be an essay. It won't be any of those things. And so I'm letting you know, because I don't like to be surprised. And so I don't like to surprise other people. And so I'm letting you know up front that the next time there's a positive test, there are going to be heavy consequences. Okay?
Okay.
What do you want to tell me, Ms. Martin?
I don't know. I just know that I haven't been using outside of the medications that I've already listed with the court. So I don't know if it was a lotion or something. I'm not sure, but I haven't actively used any THC products.
And you know what, Ms. Martin? My notes show on December 2nd, we had the same conversation where I warned you about the lotions, the oils, all of these products now that are out there with the CBD and the hemp, the THC, all of those products that are out there. And so even if it doesn't say THC, if it says hemp or if it says CBD, you don't want to use it. You're going to end up with a positive test. and the next positive test, you're gonna have heavy consequences. So really pay attention. Really, I'm
Okay.
counting on you to pay attention. And the reason this is so important to me, Miss Howard Matthews, you really are sleepy and you yawning all over my camera, but okay. All right. Miss Martin, the reason I'm mentioning this and reiterating this is because you are taking care of yourself, your mind and your body, mentally and physically, right? And in
Yes.
order to keep you on a good path, on the right path, in the specialty court that you're in with 36 District Court, you cannot self-medicate, meaning you can't do recreational things, even if they're legal. You can't self-medicate because then now we don't know how to help you. We don't know how to keep you on the right path. We don't know what's working. And I don't want that to happen to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Mr. Griffin, I know you wanted to say something about this, and Mr. Lorenz, feel free to chime in, but I've made it known the next positive, heavy sanction.
Understood, Your Honor.
Right.
The one thing I'll say, Your Honor, is you usually will touch on this with other clients, and so I just want to, I'm going to piggyback off something you've done in the past, is Ms. Martin, make sure that you are not using anything because there are adverse side effects when mixing medications with substances. And it is very difficult for your provider at Henry Ford to give you the right medications when there's adverse side effects that can come from using other substances. And so we got to make sure that we are getting you the right medications for the right concerns.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. Thank you. All right. Ms. Martin, what do you need us to help you with, if anything?
Nothing. Mr. Lorenz is already assisting me with trying to find housing because I have to be moved out of my house by the 31st of this month.
All right.
I've sought housing through relatives and no one is able to accommodate me and my daughter. So I have to figure something out by the 31st of this month.
All right. And Mr. Lorenz did share that with us in staff. And so thank you, Mr. Lorenz, working with her. Of course, Ms. Attorney Griffin, Attorney Lamb, if you have any other housing recommendations, because the 31st is right around the corner. By all means, have some conversation with Mr. Lorenz and Ms. Martin. Keep your eyes and ears open as well, because we want to make sure that you have a suitable place to go before the 31st, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything else, Ms. Martin?
No, not at this time.
All right, very good. If nothing else from the team, Mr. Lorenz, when do you have Ms. Martin coming back?
I have her coming back the 27th of January at 9:30.
All right, very good. January 27th, I got it. If nothing else, all right, Miss Martin, you're doing a good job. I'm glad you're in recovery with your foot. Keep up the good work, and let's make sure going forward you're paying attention to those labels, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Take care of yourself.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Are we
Bye.
ready on Ms. Cooper?
We are, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cooper, unmute yourself. I have the following matter. Okay. I have the following matter, case number U 384-83417. Ma'am, please state your name for the record.
Anais Cooper King.
All right, Ms. Cooper King, and you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, very good. Okay, and so Mr. Lamb, how are we proceeding?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Michael Lamb appearing on behalf of Ms. Cooper King. We're scheduled here for an arraignment on the bench warrant. I would waive the reading of the bench warrant, ask that the warrant be recalled and set aside. As it relates, there's also been a plea deal proffered. I have discussed that with Ms. Cooper, Your Honor. It's my understanding at this time, Ms. Cooper is going to reject that plea offer and is asking that this matter be set for trial.
All right, and what type of trial is your client asking for? A bench trial?
Bench trial, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Lamb, established through your client that she understands her right to a trial and that she is agreeing to a bench trial. Mr. Lamb?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were waiting on a response from me. Yes, Your Honor,
Yes,
exactly.
I want you to voir dire your client though, to
Oh,
make sure that she understands that she's
understood,
giving up
understood.
her right to a trial and what that means. But
Okay.
first, let me have you raise your right hand, Ms. Cooper King. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Ms. Cooper, do you understand that you are entitled to a trial concerning the allegations against you?
Yes, I understand.
And you have a decision to make concerning whether you want a jury trial or a bench trial. Do you understand that?
Actually, what's the difference between a jury trial and a bench trial?
A jury trial is when a jury, a number of individuals from the community will make the decision concerning your innocence or guilt. A bench trial is where the judge will hear the evidence and determine your innocence or guilt. You
Okay.
understand the difference?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, and we have just communicated to Judge Holmes that you are willing to undergo a bench trial where the judge will be the trier of fact and will be determining your guilt or innocence after hearing the testimony. You understand that?
Yes, sir, I understand.
And you are okay with a bench trial in this matter?
Yes, that's
All right, very good. Thank you. And so I'm going to schedule the trial date. Ms. Drew, if you could take
Yes.
me out 3 weeks on a
3
Friday,
weeks. Okay.
on a
Today,
Friday, and schedule it for
it looks like
8:30
Thursday.
a.m.
Okay.
And please make sure that you notify Mr. Morgan that this matter has been set for a bench trial and the party should be ready
Okay.
to go.
I sure will. That'll be February 5th.
All right, February 5th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Ms. Cooper King, you'll come back to this courtroom, to the virtual courtroom, and we'll be ready to proceed to trial.
February 5th at 8:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I appreciate
All
your help.
Okay, and thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Okay,
Thank
I'm
you,
ready
too.
on Ms. Howard Matthews. All right, there you are. Good morning, Ms. Howard Matthews.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's as well.
All right,
Sorry,
very
I'm a
good.
little tongue-tied.
Let me place your case numbers on the record. I have 1-804-583-6061, case number SP 103-60661, case number SP 929-4171, and SP 929-4172. Ms. Howard Matthews, you are in the virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing today by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
How are you doing in this new year?
I'm doing all right. Facing a few little obstacles already, but it's nothing that I can't get over.
All right, you're facing some obstacles. All right, we talked a little bit in our staffing on this morning, just about a couple of obstacles, I guess, that you faced. You missed some testing.
Oh, yeah, but that wasn't the obstacle I was referring to.
Oh, not that
Yeah,
obstacle.
no.
What the obstacle you're referring to, is it one you can share with us or you're working through?
Well, recently, on Monday, I was informed after my work schedule that I'm no longer, employed. So,
Did they tell you why?
because I wasn't reliable to getting back and forth, to work.
Okay. All right. So what's your plan?
Um, I've already submitted job applications to several, different companies. I'm just waiting to hear back from somebody.
Okay. And while you're looking, are you also trying to come up with a plan so that you are able to get to work?
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Is there any way that I could try to receive a restricted license? Because I know that, it's tax season, so we'll be getting our income taxes pretty soon when, our W-2s and 1099 forms are released. So is there any possible way that I could receive a restricted license?
And so I don't know the answer to that because it's Secretary of State that would grant a restricted license. But what I will tell you is that you can have some conversation with one of the attorneys, either of the attorneys or both, that are assigned to this specialty court. Ms. Drew can send over the SOS, and that way they can tell you what you need to do, at least based on the Secretary of State's report, to get your license reinstated. Okay.
Well, I actually did have an appointment with the Secretary of State on the 6th, and they said that the 4 traffic tickets that I had, that those have to be resolved in order to get my license back. But from my understanding, those tickets were attached to this case. So once I complete,
Well,
mental health court.
I only have 3 tickets on your contract right
Okay.
now, and so let's have Miss Drew send over the SOS report, Attorney Lamb, and then that way we can look and tell us what those tickets are, and what she needs to do, because I only have 3 tickets on her contract, I believe. Let me look so I'm giving right. No, I have 4. I'm sorry. I just don't have the other one written down. The count 1 to it. Okay. So you have 4, and they are all, there's one that's not though a traffic matter. One is something else. But take a look at it. We can't resolve it in this city. But take a look at it so that you all can advise Miss Howard Matthews about her life. Okay. Very good. And so, any other obstacles that you were facing, Ms. Howard Matthews?
Yes. Going to the testing facility, the lab on the 4th floor wasn't available to me for a few times. So my alternative is team wellness on the 3rd floor. And one of the particular days that I came in to do another job, they didn't have the necessary materials for me to drop in. And I contacted Deja, and I was in contact with Mr. Lorraine, and they understand that issue. I had another issue that I did have was my screen was cracked, so it took me a couple of days to obtain the money, and then I got my screen repaired. So I wasn't in contact with Deja or Mr. Lorraine for I think about 3 or 4 days.
And you missed a week of testing, Ms. Howard Matthews.
I don't believe that I missed the week. I still went in when I didn't have contact with him, but
Mr. Lorenz, I'm not aware of that. That's some updated information?
I'm not aware of that, Your Honor. On the week of the 27th to January 1st, there was no contact.
No
with the client, and it was a email or a voicemail I received on Saturday that stated that you just got your phone turned back on.
And that's the same thing that Ms. Willis reported today in our staffing, that for an entire week, you didn't come in and test, that she was reaching out, trying to make contact with you and did not have any contact. And in fact, she reported that she was getting ready to ask Mr. Lorenz if we could do a wellness check with the police because that wasn't like you to not respond. So Ms. Howard Matthews, we've got an issue because here's the thing. You're asking me to help you to get a driver's license. That's what you're asking me to do. You've been in this program since September. We've had some back and forth, and I've made a number of adjustments for you in this program. You're asking me to help you do something, but then you're not in compliance with the things that I'm asking you to do to help yourself. And so that doesn't really put me in a position where I'm inclined to help you get a license because I'm not convinced that you're trying to help yourself. And in this program, I don't just recommend or do things so that people can get a license or dismiss their cases. It's success. It's based on, and when I say success, I'm not saying perfection. I'm saying success in that you're demonstrating to yourself first and then to the court that you are doing everything you can to help yourself. And I can't say that I'm seeing that. A week without a telephone, there was somewhere you should have been able to reach out to let someone know what was going on because you didn't test. You didn't test. And not only was it the week of the 27th, I think Miss Willis, I wrote in my notes, she said the 28th, but that's a day. But not only did you not test, but that's a holiday week. That's a real issue for this court. And so I'm gonna need you to step up your accountability with respect to doing the things that the court has asked you to do and ordered you to do. And then you can't expect people to really help you when you're not helping yourself. That's not a good expectation.
I don't want to interrupt you. Can I speak? I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to seem rude to interrupt you.
Go right ahead.
I don't know if I could have a phone call with Deja after the court proceeding, but I do believe that they are mistaken because I made sure I went in to go drive.
Okay.
I honestly,
they don't have that information of you having dropped the entire week.
Okay. Well, from this point on, I will make sure that I will obtain documentation for myself. And, I make a video recording or I can get something signed off because I know for a fact that I did come in and I did come drop. I know that not having a phone or anything is no excuse. I know that going in for myself twice a week is what I have to do. And I've been maintaining that to the best of my abilities, ma'am. But I know for a fact because I had to have the third level contact Deja herself to let her know that I did come in for dropping. I just don't have a phone to be able to get in contact with her.
Were you supposed to meet with Deja during that week?
I don't. Excuse me, baby. You gotta go upstairs. Gotta go upstairs. Can you repeat that question again? I'm sorry.
Aren't you supposed to meet with Deja during that week?
I
let me
do.
tell you where I'm going with this, Miss Howard Matthews. If you knew that you didn't have a phone,
yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you were in the building where Deja was. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You go and see her.
I do believe I came later in the afternoon, but I did. I'll just have to keep the accounts on myself because I know for a fact that I did come in, and I've always taken accountability and told you when I, was wrong and came in and failed for a test. It's taking accountability is, it's nothing wrong for me. I can admit when I'm wrong. Wholeheartedly, I can.
Well, Mr. Lorenz, circle back to Deja, and just let her know that Miss Howard Matthews is indicating that the week of the 27th, she did in fact come in. Now, Miss Willis Deja did indicate that you did test on January 6th and the 7th. And so I applaud you for getting back on track. But again, there was where you missed January 5th, I believe, and then you came in on the 6th and the 7th, and then you missed the week of December 27th. And so you all reconcile that. I'm still gonna have the attorneys look at the SOS, and I'll let you know what I decide about if there's something on the court's end with respect to your driver's license. But I just wanted to put that out to you that you've got to be helping yourself, that it's required.
Yes.
Okay. And so during the staffing on this morning, the recommendation was that you continue to test 2 times a week at Team Wellness. There was also a recommendation for 5 additional hours of community service, and that you write a reflection paper, again, about how did you get into this position? I know your phone was broken, but what are some things that you could have done or can do to avoid this type of situation where nobody's able to get in touch with you, nobody knows what's going on with you, to the point where they're asking about doing a wellness check with the police involved. How do we not get in this position again? And so, no, I'm not
sorry,
asking
go
you to tell me.
ahead.
I'm not asking you to tell me verbally. It's going to be a paper that you would write.
Okay.
All right. Let me hear from anybody else on the team. Mr. Lorenz, you were getting ready to say something?
Your Honor, I was just going to say, I wanted to clarify something that you said. The week in question that I'm circling back on is December 27th to January 2nd. And then on the January 5th, she did show up to test, but there was no cups. And that's why she came back on January 6th and 7th.
Okay, got it.
And so you want me to circle back on the week of December 27th to January 2nd? Okay. And then are you ordering the 5 hours of community service?
No, I'm just saying that was the recommendation. And
gotcha.
so I'm letting the team chime in before I make a decision.
Thank you for that clarification, Your Honor.
Okay. Anybody else on the team? There's a recommendation on the table.
The only thing I would say, Your Honor, is I would accept that recommendation in the event that there is no evidence to prove that she did in fact test that week. And if it comes back that she is in fact correct, then I would object to the additional 5 hours of community service.
Okay, and the reflection paper?
The paper, I think we still need to keep that only in the event, only because the fact of there was no communication for that week with her case manager to know what was going on. And we have to have that constant communication, but I would ask that it not be a sanction.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Lorenz. Anybody else from the team?
Go back upstairs, baby, okay?
Just I agree with the assessment. If it comes back that there wasn't, I guess that she was there or she didn't miss or she showed up, then I would agree with not having a sanction. The only question is, if she's ordered to do a sanction now, would it be a moot point if she's already done the hours?
What do you mean if she's already done the hours? Oh, no, I'm not going to assess the hours until Mr. Lorenz confirms with Daisha, because he's just getting this information from Ms. Howard Matthews. He had no other information other than what Daisha provided, that she was not there that week to test.
Okay, then no objection to what Ms. Lorenz recommended.
Right. All right, if nothing else, I'm going to go forward with, we will continue with the 2 times testing random at Team Wellness per week. You must test 2 times random per week at Team Wellness. You are going to do the 1-page reflection paper. I'm gonna hold off on the 5 hours of community service until Mr. Lorenz confirms whether or not you were there and tested, okay? If you
Yes,
weren't
ma'am.
there and you didn't test, then I'm going to tack on the 5 hours of additional 5 hours of community service. Okay, but I'll hold off on that right now.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
all right. What else do you want me to know, Ms. Howard Matthews?
That's really it for now.
Okay, and then as you heard me indicate earlier, the attorneys are going to look at the SOS and let me know what's going on regarding your license, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I want to apologize for coming in a little late today. I overslept. I'm so sorry. I
Okay,
set like 3 alarms and I went through all of them, and then I kind of woke up like out of the fuzz, like, oh my God, I have to be in court.
well, I'm
I'm
glad you were
so
still
sorry
on.
for that.
So, you know, we adjusted our time to 9:30, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, all right, but I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you made it on, okay? How are you doing with that homeschooling with the babies or the virtual classroom with the babies?
It's okay. My daughter's actually on honor roll. She has perfect attendance.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has a 3.7 GPA, so it's going very good. The only issue that we're having is she's not very light-handed with her devices.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So she breaking up some things.
Yeah, she kind of
Oh,
broke that.
oh, she's getting real heavy-handed. Tell her, lighten up those hands. She needs that device to do that schoolwork. Yeah,
Yeah, so I and a few family members had to come up with some money to get her another laptop. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, tell her to lighten up on those hands. That's the 8-year-old.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, lighten up on those hands so she can get that schoolwork done. It's good to see you today, Miss Howard Matthews. I want you to continue to work hard. Work hard, okay?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
going to pay off. Mr. Lorenz, what would be the return to court date?
I have her returning to court on January 27th at 9:30 a.m., Your Honor.
All right, you have that, Miss Howard Matthews?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Good to
You're-
see you. Yes, Mr. Lorenz?
I apologize for interrupting, Your Honor. I just want to make sure. I know you said that they're going to circle back to the SOS stuff, but I would like the court to know that there is one case that's not on your docket, and that's because it's a default judgment. And it's from 2019 where she failed to stop at an intersection and she owes $210.
Oh, that's a civil infraction then.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lamb, Mr. Griffin, so
Yes.
noted. I don't know that there's anything that can be done with that. You have to reach out to the prosecuting attorney. Okay,
I agree, because if it's in default, then it may be a motion that needs to be entered. Oh, there we go.
Cindy Rogers for the people, P2072. Based on age, I can't set aside a default that's more than a year old, so it sounds like it's too old.
okay. All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Rogers. So that's one you're gonna have to get paid. Probably, Ms. Drew,
Yes.
I don't know if there are late fees or penalties added to it.
I'll check. Okay.
But I
let's
can't
see.
set it aside.
Yes, there's a late penalty and it's also a reinstatement fee included.
Okay, but how much is the penalty?
The penalty is $35.
The best I can do is waive the penalty,
Okay.
but you'll have to get that paid.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ms. Drew, I'm authorizing to waive it.
Okay.
All right, so you see, Ms. Howard Matthews, I'm still helping you. So I need you to work hard to help yourself, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. If nothing else, enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
You as well, and be safe.
All right, you do the same. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, team, that concludes the morning. Oh, wait a minute. Is there one other thing on my?
The arraignment, Your Honor.
Yes, let me call it. I have case number U558-48820 for Roscoe Crawford. He has not appeared in the virtual courtroom. Has anybody seen Roscoe Crawford?
No,
This
Your
is
No,
this
Your
is
Honor.
for a disorderly conduct. Ms. Drew, I don't know if you have the ticket before you. Is that stamped for specialty court?
Judge, I have the ticket and it's marked with handwriting specialty court. It was issued by a Wayne State Police officer.
All right, very good. Then I am going to, since Mr. Crawford has failed to appear, Capias will issue, the bond will be set at $1,000 cash or surety. Ms. Drew, please make sure that it goes in the system as specialty court because I am allowed to set cash bond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just for the record, Your Honor, we would just maybe ask the court to maybe set a $500 or I'm not sure what the process is. Just as for argument's sake, I did talk to Ms. Rogers, Attorney Rogers. We did work out a recommendation if we were able to reach if I was able to reach the defendant, but just $1,000 for one ticket it seems high, so we just asked the court to consider a lower cash bond.
Okay, but he didn't show up for court.
True. But it's only one charge. It is not only but one. It's not only one. I'm saying it's one charge.
You did say for argument's sake, Judge.
Yeah, for argument's sake, Your Honor.
Yeah, Mr. Griffin, it's the end of the docket. Now he want to argue. Ms. Drew, I'll reduce the bond to $500 cash or surety.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's get in touch with him because if his ticket is marked specialty court, I'm more concerned about if he needs help, us getting him that help, as opposed to him getting picked up and put in jail. Okay?
Okay. And I will, Your Honor, I don't see a phone number on the ROA. So
For Mr. Crawford?
For Mr. Crawford. So I'd